Fala galera, tranquilão, quem fala com vocês é o Luan e hoje vamos continuar nossa missão do Arconte, as missões principais de Genshin Impact, que nos mostram toda a história do game, que é enorme, enorme. Já deve ter quase 50 vídeos ou mais de Genshin Impact aqui no canal só do Arconte, tá bom? Hoje nós vamos ter que encontrar ali o Kazuha ali, ó. Depois de ver a força real de Hongxi nas semifinais, você pensa que precisa se preparar antes da final. Após falar com Beidou e Kazuha, Kazuha lhe convida para ir até a floresta da pedra de Gunhun para lhe ajudar. Então, nós vamos ali falar com o Kazuha. Galera, não esquece de compartilhar esse vídeo se você gosta de Genshin Impact. Se você quer que algum amigo seu jogue, cara, aqui tem toda a história. E também curtir e se inscrever para você não perder nenhum vídeo de Genshin Impact. Bora lá. Cadê Kazuha?
Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element, but multiple. Is that...
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we met.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills. When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within you.
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow...
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your... To think a human could wield the elements without a vision, and not to mention your incredibly complex scent. Like...
Hey, evaluating us based on our smell!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities?
Tudo que fiz foi tocar em uma estátua dos 7.
Extraordinary. So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and even wield it in...
It's nothing really. Paimon just told her whatever came... It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Somehow she... Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how...
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods, and the... However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the element. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange.
Opa, vamos ter uma luta contra ele?
Now then, let's test your skills.
Opa, meu filho, aí vai complicar minha vida, pô. Não esperava por essa não, cara. Ah, é um monstro, pô. Pensei que era ele, pô. Toma. Brau! Vamos usar os outros aqui só pra dar uma divertida a mais. Dar uma divertidinha a mais. Não adianta usar fogo contra ele não, né, Luan? Não adianta não, né, Luan? Toma. É só isso mesmo, e né? Não, tem mais aqui, rapaz. Brau! 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 Isso aqui é mamão com papaya pra mim, rapaz. Isso aqui, rapaz. Ah, não adianta usar elétrico contra esses caras, né? Tudo bem que isso aqui dá. Brau! Uma aguinha pra dar uma melhorada no clima. Fogo pra dar uma agitada. E brau. Ah, tu fugiu do meu bagulho, hein? Pode tacar gelo, vai dar em nada não. Pô, Kazuha, é isso aí só, pô. É só essa é, pô.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that he relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his... Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the elements. The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own?
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant... My apologies. You must be completely in the dark regarding such... For allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding... So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently
Sim, isso eu já sabia.
Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably. In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living being, not to mention, with no new electrovisions having been granted for such a long time,
She sounds less like an archon and more like a tyrant.
as far as I know, she is an archon that pursues eternity. She will Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity. The time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma.
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together.
Claro, voltarei sozinho daqui a pouco. Vamos juntos, pô, vamos
Very
lá.
well. Let's go.
Bora lá, pô. É contra Beidou.
Why isn't he here yet?
Ah, tá, beleza.
Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash! This is the final match! We've seen many exciting battles today, and now, at long last, the 2 finalists have emerged. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen her, her reputation knows no bounds.
Luan Gms.
She strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of her name causes even Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero! Wow!
Chegou bacana? Não.
Waiting for this moment.
I'm sure everyone witnessed her thrilling match in the semifinals. But today's final round will surely take the... As for our other combatant... he... Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not showing up like in previous rounds. Apologies! Everyone just sit tight!
Talvez eles tenham confundido o horário das partidas, talvez eles estejam muito intimidados para comparecer as finais.
We've got
Não vou
no
falar
other
isso não.
choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Ah, bacana.
Something doesn't seem right about this. Captain Beidou, perhaps we should check on the prize.
Ai, meu Deus do céu, ele roubou.
Come with us.
É isso mesmo. O maluco roubou o negócio, quer ver? Cadê? Caraca, brother.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal it?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross...
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature.
Visão.
The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it.
Well, if you insist. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators.
If you would, please come with me.
Ai. O oponente não veio de qualquer forma.
But we're on an island.
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
Ok. Vamos para o local da corrente de vento. Bora. É aqui mesmo, já tá aqui pertinho.
A wind current?
Opa, calma aí.
Winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there we can continue our
Tá
search.
bom, tá me dando até um tempinho aqui, velho. Bora, velho. Pega rápido isso aí, mano. Será que é esse cara aqui?
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the price in the first place?
Será que é ele? Ele é rápido, né?
The moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see shortly.
É, mano, vai dar ruim pra tu.
Let's light it up!
Vai dar ruim pra tu, mano. Vai dar ruim pra tu, mano. Já foi? Confirme as pistas juntos a Kazuha. Pode ser esse cara aqui, velho. Eu acredito que pode ser ele. Não é não? É não. Não é ele não.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Vai.
This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Estamos chegando. Beleza.
Hoarders, they're here. Get them.
Treasure hoarders, just as I
Cadê?
expected. In which case,
Aqui.
please stand back.
Esse aqui é moleza.
You're open.
Que molezinha. Deu outro. Toma. Ah, caraca. O problema do gelo é que ele deixa lento, entendeu? Foi. Tá bom, bora continuar. Quem é esse carinha aqui? Será que é o maluco?
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Drat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could activate this one.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems... Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and... In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist.
You...
Bora
But
lutar?
most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your... It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire.
Fine. I admit it. I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a...
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent.
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention... I was convinced I'd prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow... You still managed to catch up to me.
Entrega a visão.
All I went through to get it? I think not.
Cara,
Really?
se você entregar a visão, deixaremos você. E eu não deixaria, não.
Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's...
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's arms.
Eita.
You're not serious, are you?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the
É
club.
verdade.
It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a...
Eita.
Whoa, we don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Ah, então bora. Ah, pelo amor de Deus, né, mano? Pelo amor de Deus, mano. Olha isso. Olha isso, mano.
Prepare to be thrown away.
Peia. Já acabou, meu Deus.
No. Do what you want, but please, don't...
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms. Put down the vision and leave. Changed my...
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable.
No need for that. Thank you for...
Corre, maluco.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you...
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possible. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. But unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes, I wanted to know whether it were possible. From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use... I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakened. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm looking for.
The vision didn't seem to respond at all.
I see. So you are also unable to rekindle. No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is still mine to take for now.
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend.
Que antigo amigo.
He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne.
Morreu, coitado.
Brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene.
A visão do amigo dele.
Was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god.
Rapaz.
Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior way in my...
Kazuha!
It's just another way of... All right then, it's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us once more.
Beleza, cara. Vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Caraca, a gente tá muito perto de chegar lá em Inazuma, hein? Quer dizer, eu acho. Quando a mudança de monstro para Liuika foi uma caminhada, parceiro. Uma caminhada das boas. Beleza. Mas, galera, no próximo vídeo aqui a gente continua. Não sei se a gente vai terminar aqui, se vai ser rápido. Não sei o que vai acontecer não. Mas para não ficar muito grande esse vídeo aqui, e já ficou grandinho, no próximo vídeo a gente continua daqui mesmo, desse lugar. Galera, muito obrigado se ficou até aí. Até o próximo vídeo, Genshin Impact. Valeu!